Hello, Internet, and welcome to the XP cast. As always, I'm your host Ryan. I'm joined by.
Jack.
Took you long enough there, buddy. We're slick as hell, eh?
Sorry, there's an
We don't-
audio issue for a second. I was just quickly.
Okay, no bother. Are we re-recording that, or are we just going to start as we mean to go on?
Start as we mean to go on.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely fair. Like, start with an audio issue because let's face it, this
Oh, no, it's
podcast
fine.
will have issues.
It's fine.
Yeah. So it's been a while since you and I have recorded a podcast. We used to do one in school, and that was about what
2 years ago?
Jeez, it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
No, it doesn't. Does
But-
it?
But we were both speaking about before how we were both kind of nervous because we haven't recorded something like this anyway in ages,
Yeah.
and it just feels weird.
Oh no, it is quite
Like-
odd. Now
Yeah. Because we're not in the same room, we're needing to really work out when each other are talking.
That is a very good point.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, I feel it's weird because you have to then try and. Where it was before when we did it every week, it's easy to just think of things to speak about, but now I'm like really forcing myself to think of conversation.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's so difficult to like actually come up. Like every week we had a new episode. I mean, if you guys want to find it, it's somewhere on Kincorth Academy radio stations.
No, it's not. It's on Lockside
Mixcloud.
Radio.
Oh,
Lockside.
of course, because the school. Well, the school that we went to is demolished now, but you know, like
Yeah.
the school that replaced it. Yeah, it would be on there. I don't know if that's still running. Like, I've not checked it.
I
checked it
haven't checked it. I don't even check what's new on it when I go on it. I just check to see our old ones.
You just like
Yeah.
stage or just like sort by oldest.
Not even wrong.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I came across some of our stuff like a month ago. I think it was the last thing we ever recorded on the day that the school shut.
Oh,
And I
the,
just smacked my
podcast,
desk. So
the-
that's weird. Yeah.
No, that was a good
the-
podcast. I like that.
Oh yeah, that was so good. It was really fun to do. It's like 3 hours of just straight us rambling crap. But it was
Which
good.
is-
It was nice.
Which is what we're currently doing, because we should probably
Yeah.
stick to the plan.
I mean, this is our problem. We always go off topic, but why not? So first of all, we've got a few bullet points. This is probably going to be a slightly shorter podcast than what you're used to, or what like these will be in the future. But we're just wanting a wee intro to the show and ourselves, because from my videos at least, you don't really know who I am. I'm just a sort of disembodied voice that talks about the news.
You're still a disembodied voice. You're just going to be talking about yourself now.
I mean, very true. I'm fleshing out my character, you know. It's
see,
like
I
a
see.
good D&D session, you know. Just
Ah.
a good bit of characterization. So yeah, we're gonna tell you a little bit about ourselves and like what we're planning on doing with the channel and all together, and then just maybe we're gonna touch on what we've been playing lately, and then we'll
What
end
we've been
on our
playing
pick of
during
the week.
quarantine.
Yes, during the lockdown. It feels like the end days, doesn't it? It does feel a
A
bit
little bit.
Last of
Apart
Us.
from my staff that go into work, so...
Oh well, I mean, it must feel less like the apocalypse to you, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
definitely feels like that. Like, since I'm living in town, like I'm living right in the city centre, it just means that like, anytime I leave the flat to like go grab like a bit of milk or bread or whatever, I'll leave and it's a ghost town and it's proper eerie. I'm waiting for the tumbleweed to go by. Yeah, but so anyway, Jack, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well,
Put
good
you on the
story
spot there, buddy.
No, I am a 19-year-old who likes to play video games. That's really the extent of my character arc. I haven't been.
I mean,
Ryan never
yeah.
gave me another character arc, so
Nah, I'm a really bad dungeon master. That's it. Right, so you're in this one story, and it's like, okay, right. So then, what's our next adventure? That same story, which we're going to see. Oh, it's like a DM that's decided on like a very specific like storyline he wants you to go down, and like his
yeah.
players always just veer him off to another side. So he's like, okay,
more
but
or
we'll
less-
do it again, and maybe you want to do this time. Oh, Yeah,
No.
yeah, well, oh, go ahead.
Oh no, on you go. On you go.
Well, I was just about to do the exact same as what you did, but in reverse. I'll tell everyone a little bit about myself. So I'm a 19-year-old journalism. I'm a 20-year-old journalism student. My birthday was a couple of months.
I
I'm
forgot
an
you
old
were
man.
20 as well, to be fair.
It feels weird. Just like it's like when the year changes, and like you for the whole of January, you're still writing the last year as the date.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's kind of the
Hmm.
same idea. I'm just like, I'm not in my 20s. I'm still a teenager. I can still listen to MCR and not.
Wait, no, that's not even cool when you're a teenager, Ryan.
I suppose it wasn't. I definitely got a lot of flack for it.
I wonder who from.
Oh, I don't know. Like, you were always so supportive of my emo nature,
Oh, I
eh?
didn't mind your emo nature, it's just MCR is awful.
Well, controversial opinions, especially with them just coming back. But I wonder if their show's going to be affected because I can't remember when it was set to be. Like,
I think
I
it
know I've got
depends.
tickets for All Time Low at the end of August, I think it is.
You'll probably be fine with all time low.
Yeah, but I think MCR was sooner than that. Good sale sooner than that, so I presume the show is too.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I'll have to wait and see about that. That's one thing I've been keeping up.
No.
Oh, my girlfriend's shouting from the back of the room, it's June, their show. So they
Uh,
might be okay? Maybe?
Maybe, possibly, a little bit.
Is there? But yeah, so I'm a 20-year-old journalism student. We'll do that take two, eh? So yeah, and the journalism, hence the gaming news show. I thought like I might as well do something to build some form of portfolio whilst also wasting my time talking about video games, which is kind of my.
He does it
So
anyway, doesn't he?
yeah, like I might as well like do something productive with it. So yeah, that's me. That's the extent of what you'll see on the channel. Just a slightly nerdy journalist.
Yeah.
But well, a wannabe journalist. Let's face it. I'm not even a journalist.
Wannabe journalist.
Yeah, that's essentially us. There's not much more to say about what you'll see from us, apart from what you'll discover on this podcast when we decide to sort of take the piss out of each other. That's
Oh,
about it. Are
oh,
we allowed to swear on this?
I swear religiously on my videos, so.
Yeah, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, so yeah, we'll be fine. I always try to keep my show to sounding a bit like a radio broadcast, so I can't be like, oh, in this fucking game, that's brilliant. I'll tell you.
The issue is,
But
I swear a lot when I play video games naturally.
yeah, I did to play Half-Life, which despite it's not a horror title, it is like especially at the very start, it's
I,
quite jumpy. It's
I
like
don't know, it has
dark and
got me
there's
a couple of
things jump
times
out.
playing it.
Yeah. It's one thing that it does really well. It reminds me a bit like BioShock in this way. That it starts off feeling horror-ish and
Yeah.
feeling quite eerie and creepy. Then as you go through the game, it starts to feel less like that and more like a shooter.
Oh, definitely, I'd give you that.
Like it's quite cool how it does it because it keeps the game fresh without
Yeah.
like you don't realize there isn't a moment where it goes and boom now you're.
And boom, now you're shooting aliens.
To be fair, actually, I could probably pinpoint the bit where Half-Life gets like that. And you haven't got to it yet, but it's when you get up to the surface. You know how
I
you're trying
didn't
to
actually know
escape
you go
Black
to the
Mesa?
surface. I didn't
So,
even know I was trying to escape Black Mesa. I actually have no idea what I'm doing in the game.
yeah, like, it's been slightly infuriating watching the videos where you're like, a scientist is telling you a really important bit of gameplay, like story, and you're like, what's that? I'm gonna go and hit this wall with a crowbar, and I'm like, please don't, like, go listen to.
You're lucky I haven't tried spelling my name with the crowbar yet.
Oh, jeez, oh, you're gonna do that in the next episode just to spite me.
Yeah.
You might write my name, actually. Oh.
The video is gonna be. It's gonna actually start with just me. I've spelled your name and it'll just be like, "Thanks, Ryan."
Just like half an hour of that sound of the crowbar against the metal. Clang, 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 clang.
I'll be the entire video. There won't be anything else.
And you're like, okay, guys, thank you very much. That's my 20 minutes of the week done. You're trying to hit the wall quick enough so then like your first bit doesn't start disappearing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that'll be the one struggle.
yeah. Yeah, so what is XP and why did we call it that?
I'm gonna have to hand that to you because it was you that named it.
Could you not remember the origin story of the name XP?
Was it because of a? In fact, no. Actually, I do. I don't know. I don't know what I'm on about now.
Do you know,
Uh,
I'm hurt and
because
offended that our joint project you've forgotten so
you say our
quickly.
joint project, it was someone else's idea. We were like
Yeah,
the
it was.
faces of it.
Yeah, that's true. We were the
We
presenters
we were part of the library committee in school,
because we're really cool.
of course. And when we were part of this committee, we created a lunchtime group where people would come in and play video games, and we called it
Hmm.
the XP Club
Yeah,
because we're
that's
really
essentially it.
cool.
And now that we're doing a sort of joint show and like a joint channel, we thought it'd be nice to keep that name because it was video game related and it made sense.
You really
And it's
can't
just
call it Library Committee YouTube channel, can you?
yeah. Somehow I don't think they like it would catch on the same. People would like scroll past it and think that we're doing like adverts for like a wee local library,
And
you
today
know.
we're going to be talking about the Dewey Decimal System.
Isn't that in a sitcom somewhere? Is there a Friends episode or something where it's mentioned?
Oh, probably. Friends does everything.
That's very true. Do you know, thinking of sitcoms, I recently watched all of The Good Place, the Netflix exclusive sort of sitcom thing
Hmm.
that they've got. It's really good. It's like it's actually got like an arcing story, which you know, it's like a lot of sitcoms. They like each episode is sort of exists within a bubble, and like that, like the event, and then it never gets mentioned again unless it sparked a running joke.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, well, with The Good Place, it doesn't have that. Like it actually like each episode contributes to the story, and it sort of all culminates over like a season, and then
Okay.
season one links to season two, and then so on and so forth until you get like to the final episode, which is a lot more of a tearjerker than I was expecting it to be, if I'm entirely
Well,
honest with you.
sitcoms always have a tearjerker right at the end.
Yeah, I guess it's just that sort of like you've laughed with these characters for so long that they've got to like rip your heart out now.
Yes.
Need another sitcom for a while.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah, so do you want to keep going with the plan, or do you want to
Uh,
add to my Good Place chat?
well, I mean, I have no idea what the good place is, so currently I'm like, yes, right, Ryan.
I feel like loading up the Wikipedia page for The Good Place right now and just reading it off.
Oh, why don't you
But
do
The Good
that?
Place is in Netflix. That'll pad out the time, you're right, that'd
Yeah.
be a great idea.
So,
Yeah.
Ryan, what
Uh,
is the plan for the channel?
Oh, you've switched it up. You're asking me the questions now. Oh, okay.
Look at
So
me. I am the captain now.
look at me, look at me. I am the cat. Well, I'd say, well, the weekly plan, just to sort of lay that out to get out of the way, is Mondays the replay news goes live. Now, the idea of replay news is we recap the past 7 days in gaming by highlighting the top 5 stories that appeared.
About 2 weeks,
So
this will
from
become redundant because it would just be quarantine, quarantine, quarantine.
Do you know what? Like, I was so worried about this week's episode
Yeah.
because I was like, I hadn't been keeping up with gaming news, um, and then like on Monday, I like you could tell by the video quality, it's not the best.
I thought it was good.
I patched it together on Monday. I wrote it, recorded it, edited it, uploaded, and yeah, when I was researching it, I was like, oh, yeah, of course, like PlayStation and Microsoft have been announcing things about their next gen consoles. That saved me this week. So, like, the start of the console war has happened again, which is going to be, I think that's going to help out at least a story a week. So now I'll probably only be writing 4 stories a week, you know, let's face it.
No, I thought it was quite good. But you know, it did surprise me, Ryan.
What?
The X Point Instagram page, which you can follow by going to the
Oh,
XP Point on Instagram.
oh yeah, I did that. Do you know, if I'm honest, I just completed Spider-Man,
I
which it's
guessed.
taken me so because I played it over at my parents' house when me and Kirsten first got together, and
Yeah.
then we moved. And then me and Kirsten moved in together, and I was never really playing video games. And I've only just started
So
getting
what
back
women do? They
round to my
absolute wreck your
back.
life.
That's exactly it. You know, who'd have them? But so I'm just getting back round to my backlog now, and so I decided to play Spider-Man from the start again. So I was like, I got into it, and I was like, I can't remember the controls, I can't remember what's happening. Might as well just go back to the start. So
Yeah.
I went back to the start, and I completed it in like 3 days. I just bashed it out. I just sort of went
Jesus.
for it. So yeah, like the game, once you complete it, it spawns you on the top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
And I was like, I haven't really been using the photo mode all that much. I'm gonna take
Mm-hmm.
a cheeky selfie with Spider-Man, and then when I took it, I was like, that actually looks pretty cool.
Oh, you sad, sad human being.
But the thing is, I was like I knew there was a selfie mode, and I played about with it when I played it at like my parents' house when I'd like because I was trying to catch it out. I was
Hmm.
wanting to see how the game would react like if I was mid swing and tried to take a selfie,
Okay.
and it actually works.
I hoped
Onto
it
the
would.
web, you'll see that he is still holding onto the web when he's holding his phone.
That's
Or if
pretty
he's like
cool, actually.
falling, he takes it while he's falling. It's really cool.
Right.
Like but yeah,
But
that was the first time I'd taken a proper one, and I was like, what am I gonna do with that? Like, why have I taken this picture? And then I went, I'll just make a key point and throw it up there, you know.
I like it. I like it.
And it also alluded to what's going to happen on Friday, but we're getting ahead of ourselves for now because
Ooh, spoilers.
but yeah, to today is there well the day that this goes live is Thursday, and so that's what the podcast is when the XP cast, as I think we're going to be calling it.
Oh, is that what we're
Who
going to be
knows?
calling it? I had no creative control there.
If I'm honest, I like when I was writing the bio for the the Insta, I realised that I should probably put the upload schedule in there, and then went, I
Fair.
don't know what I'm gonna call this, and I was like, the XP cast works, I guess.
So you notice how I have no
So,
creative control.
well, I mean, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I was waiting to defend myself, but like you even came to me before uploading your first episode of Black Mesa, being like, should this be a let's play or a or just a one-off? And I was like,
I wasn't sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I quite like having the running let's plays
Well, the
happening.
thing was, I wasn't sure if it contrasted too much with having like you do like a weekly video that's not really related to each.
Yeah, no, I think it's quite cool though. Like we've got, and now that the podcast is coming up, then we've got a real. I think we've got a nice varied selection throughout the week. But anyway, while we're talking about throughout the week, tomorrow, all fingers crossed, if we avoid technical difficulties, but it's us, so we're definitely going to hit technical difficulties. I'll be live streaming because, if I'm honest, it's just going to be a test stream. It's just going to be me learning how to use the like, inbuilt software on the PlayStation just to mess about with it.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'll be doing is going around the map and just getting some of the collectibles and doing some of the side quests that I avoided while doing the main plot. And yeah, well, like that should only span about a couple hours or so, or until I decide that like we hit a natural end point. So
15
then after,
minutes.
yeah, like 10 minutes in, I'm like, okay, my audio sounds fine. Right, see you next week, guys. um, but yeah, after Friday, the next video goes live on Sunday, and that would be yourself, Jack. So why don't you tell everyone a little bit about that?
Oh no, I actually have to talk now. No, basically,
I have put you on the spot.
damn it, you bastard. No, basically, it's just gonna be a let's play. The current let's play, if you haven't seen any yet, is Black Mesa, the remake of the first Half-Life. Which, a little fact that I like to throw out whenever I talk about the game, is actually a mod that came out in 2012, and the original developers of the mod turned it into a fully fledged game either end of last year or beginning of this year. There.
So there you go. That's our week. That's the plan for the channel. So quick run through again because we did take a decent length of time getting through that segment.
But
So
9 minutes.
Mondays yeah, Mondays we've got replay news. Thursdays, you've got this. Fridays, for as long as the lockdown lasts, we're gonna have live streams. If I find time afterwards, that day might change. We might keep doing it. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. And then Sundays we have the Let's Plays. So,
Good.
that's the overview of the channel and us that we were gonna be discussing. So now, what are you playing during the lockdown chat?
Oh, so many games, so many games.
You just catching up with everything.
A little bit. I'm playing the new Doom game, Doom Eternal.
Oh yeah,
It's one of the most
I feel like
difficult games I've ever played. It is absolutely hell.
well, hey, pun intended.
I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh yeah, you keep texting me about that.
Or possibly the best
Um,
Assassin's Creed game I've ever played.
that's high praise because you're a
Uh,
big fan of Brotherhood. Like you,
Brotherhood is
like
like... The thing is, it's my favourite standard Assassin's Creed game, but like you've played Origins, so you'll kind of know what
yeah,
Odyssey's like. It's nothing like
yeah.
the games previously.
See, I think that's why I bounced off of it a little bit because I went into it expecting an Assassin's Creed game,
Do you know the thing is,
and despite when I first started playing it, I thought it was good. I was like, oh, this is quite cool,
I'm not sure. I'm
and I
not
think it
sure
was
about.
because I was waiting.
I'm not sure about Origins, but Odyssey does play like an Assassin's Creed game. Except I like it because there's more variety.
Yeah,
In that,
no,
like,
I get what you mean.
one of the things I hate, and it's one of the reasons that Dishonored, for example, is one of my least favorite games I've ever played.
Oof,
And I
do
know
regret
that's
that.
strong, but I hate games that like segue you into a particular play style, which Dishonored does.
Yeah, it's very like it does say play the game how you like, but it's stealthy kill everyone or stealthy
Well, no,
knock everyone out.
it's. I would say that the reason it is because if you don't do the stealthy knock everyone out, you get the bad ending.
Yeah, I
Which I
think
also I've looked at the story. I don't think it makes sense story wise either. Personally,
what the
the
what
chaos
why
system
the
system thing.
oh like because how you kill more people than the worse the world gets.
Yeah, no
Well,
game is
the
like that.
idea well the idea is the plague essentially quite topical right now actually is
The coronavirus.
yes, the coronavirus has hit Dunwall,
Yeah,
and the idea is if you're killing people, then there's more sort of dead bodies aren't exactly sanitary. So
yeah.
if they're lying about, like Dunwall doesn't have a space to put them because so many people are dying so quickly. You've just got like build up of bodies lying in the streets and stuff. So if you're adding to that problem, it means the plague spreads more. If you get what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I still think it's a kind of like crappy excuse for segueing you into a game style, a play style. Personally,
Yeah, I get what you mean. Did you just light a candle?
no, I was fiddling
I
about
just
with
heard a
something in my
click.
hand. I
Oh,
didn't
oi,
think you
oi.
could hear it. No, but like, for example, if you do a quest that says, "Oh, I want you to go and kill the leader of this region," you're like, "Okay."
Mhm.
There is no penalty for doing it stealth.
Yeah.
There's no penalty for taking him out with a bow and arrow. There's no penalty for
Mhm.
just running at him with a massive spear. It's
Yeah,
really just
it's genuinely however you want to play
it
it.
is, and that's what I really like about it. It also brings the really interesting boat elements of uh, the best non-Assassin's Creed game. What was it?
Black Flag?
Yeah, apart from you don't have cannons, obviously.
Yeah. I did love Black Flag.
Black Flag
It's
was
down to
such
like
a
a
good game.
fiver on the PlayStation Store, and I
Oh,
almost bought it
you
last
should have
night.
done.
I was so tempted, and I was like, I'm trying to like work my way through a backlog. I don't need to go back to a game I've already played.
Apart from that, nothing really. What are you playing during this fine lockdown, Ryan?
Well, yeah, I've just like I said, I just finished Spider-Man, which took me a wee bit to actually get round to finishing. Um, I'm thinking about going back to Final Fantasy 15 because I've played a bit of that, but like it seems to be that every time I play it, there's something gets in my way. Like I got it
When you die
right,
of
like
coronavirus,
so
that will be the final thing to get in your way.
that's gonna be the last thing. Yes, that's exactly it. I mean, I am diabetic, so I am more at risk than most. Um, but yeah, so the
Cheery
first time I
thoughts,
played
Ryan.
it, Yeah, I try my best. I do try my best, keep the mood high. But yeah, first time I played it, I got it around Christmas time. And I'd normally work in a bar, so anyone that sort of knows that type of scene knows it gets busy at Christmas time.
Hmm.
So I was working all the time, so I didn't have time to invest in a big, massive JRPG. Like, it just wasn't going to happen. So I played like a wee bit of it and then stopped. And then I started playing it a few months ago on Kirsten's PlayStation. But the problem with that was I just made a profile. Like, I didn't link it to my PSN account or anything. I just sort of
Yeah,
I made an account because I didn't think I'd need save data over here or like to download a game I'd bought online or whatever.
yeah.
And then I can't remember. I think one of us wanted to play something that I'd bought on the PlayStation Store, so I was like, I'll just log in. And then when I logged in, like it delete. I couldn't find my Final Fantasy 15 save, so I was like,
Aww.
ah well.
F and
And
chips.
I was a good few hours in that time, and I was like, I'm not redoing it as soon. Like I'd literally been doing it, like playing it for the past like couple of days, and I'd got a few hours in. And I was like,
F and chat, boys.
yeah, I couldn't be bothered doing it all again that close to doing it. So I was like, I'll just wait a wee while, and then like an opportunity will come up where I'm not playing anything, and I'll do it. So I reckon Final Fantasy 15 is what I'm away to start. I
Hmm.
am kind of looking at my games right now and trying to see if there's anything else. Oh, I did because it was sitting in the it was like buy one get one free.
Okay, yeah.
I picked up Agents of Mayhem to give that a go. Which do you remember that game?
No, I don't actually.
Okay, so Agents of Mayhem was the game that the Saints Row guys made after they
Uh
finished
huh.
with like Get Out of Hell and all that, and like porting Saints Row 4 over to PlayStation 4, Xbox One. And it's essentially this character-based Saturday morning cartoon style like third-person shooter.
Uh
And like
huh.
it's still open world. It's set in Seoul, South Korea,
Interesting
and
choice.
it's quite cool. It's like because it is quite like it's like a futuristic version of it. But if you look at Seoul, it's quite a futuristic looking city anyway.
It is set in the same fictional universe as Violation's Saints Row series.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah,
I to
well,
check what it actually was, I had to look it up.
well, it does reference it quite a lot. And the thing that I like, one thing that I keep thinking to go back to it is just why why are you shooting yourself in the foot by making it so Saints Row? Because they made the game by and tried to say, look, we can do more than Saints Row. So they've set it in the same universe. Mayhem agents all wear purple, and the Saints all wear purple. Their symbol is the exact same.
I don't
They
know. I think it's good to.
like don't get me wrong, like if it was a nod here and there, I'd think yeah, but it seems like they're clinging to the past a wee bit.
Would you want me to
And
give
but I
you
looked
another little
past that and I
fact?
start. Sorry,
Let me give you another little fact.
go for it.
Red Faction is also set in the Saints Row universe.
Red Faction, as in
Ye-
the Mars games.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hear your link there.
I will
Or are
read
you
the
just
Wikipedia article.
we joked about reading Wikipedia earlier, and now, ladies and gentlemen, you're getting a
No,
Wikipedia
apparently,
reading.
it is heavily referenced in 2. I've played 2 and I can't remember it.
They
Um,
might have heavily referenced like character names from Red Faction, because as someone that's played Red Faction, I couldn't tell you a single character's name.
I can tell you the main character from Red Faction Gorilla, Mason, and that is about it.
Oh, didn't they shout his name a lot? Like, isn't that like because there was a radio? It was very of its
They
time
said
'cause
his
like
name a lot.
2012.
They
Yeah,
said
it was
his
like
name a lot. That's
2012.
why
They
I
had a
remember it.
radio. Yeah, they shouted, "Oh,
I could,
Mason!" Yeah.
I could even name you what the bad guy in Red Faction Gorilla was.
Was Red Faction Gorilla the linear one, the one where it
No,
was all mission based. It wasn't open world.
that was Red Faction
Armageddon.
Armageddon, which was
Yeah,
actually still
that's what I'm
kind of
thinking of.
fun.
Yeah, Gorilla's the one where it's an open world and you get to destroy everything. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Armageddon had this really fun because it still had the same like destroy everything mechanic, but it had this really cool gun. It was like a magnet gun, so you shoot the magnet at one building, and then shoot at another, and the two magnets pull the buildings together.
yeah.
Oh my god! If they'd had that in Gorilla, it would have been perfect. But you know,
Yeah, Red Faction always kind of reminds me a little bit of Just Cause in the sense that it is just sheer chaos and
yeah,
it is very
hmm
destructible and just do what you like and mess about. It's quite like it's got the same energy, you know?
I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I've been playing that. It's all right. It's like it's it's a good like cool down game. You know when you should want to like mess about and you just sort of like want to sort of shoot
yeah.
some guys and dive about and be a bit stupid. That's the bit like it does that really well. I'm not gonna argue with it. Like
hmm
I read reviews on it and people have properly slated it. I don't think it deserves that.
Well,
Then again, like
I knew.
oh god, I have here heard people saying that it's buggy. And
hmm
obviously, I've bought it a good bit after it came out, so they might fix those bugs since the reviews. So I can't really criticize that because I don't know what it was like at launch.
I've got an interesting point on that. Right now, I agree with
Okay.
you because I bought a game recently that I think is actually a really decent game, but was critically panned at launch due to buggy controls, buggy everything. And it's Assassin's
Okay.
Creed Unity.
Unity. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. You've told me about this before.
It's an alright
Like,
game.
yeah, no, like I played it quite a bit when it came out. Like, admittedly, I did not play the campaign because, yeah, like if
Yeah,
you did that back when I owned it,
fair.
it was a nightmare. Like I was like earning money doing wee missions and bits and bobs here and there just to like customize my assassin and
hmm
just I wanted to try all the different weapon types. And in a way, that's sort of the earliest point where you could point like that's all. It's almost like the ancestor to Origins and Odyssey in
hmm
the sense that it was very like it was very varied in its gameplay
hmm
style
hmm
in terms of you could do like you could play it in any way you kind of wanted. It
hmm
wasn't like the other Assassin's Creed, but then it still felt Assassin's Creed. Like you could still use your like different weapon types and be a bit louder or
No, I agree. I
whatever.
agree. I agree.
Like I think one of the weapon options was like a gun, wasn't it? Like you could use it as a
Yeah.
melee weapon by sort of clubbing people with
All
the
right.
butt of the rifle.
At least it's
Yeah,
not the tower defense segments from.
Revelations.
Yes.
Oh, jeez, no.
Do you know the first time I
Hated that.
played the Revelations, I actually really liked that.
Did you?
Yeah, I just thought they were really cool. I thought it was a really cool segment to put in the game. But then, just see when I did it more than about 4 times, I was like,
I'm fairly certain they're optional after the first time, aren't they?
oh, I'm pretty sure that. But I kept doing them because I like doing optional things.
Yeah, fair. It's that thing where it's like, oh, well, I'll get XP from it.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, I've went back to playing Pokemon lately, just killing time,
hmm
in between, like, having to do things. 'Cause it's one of those games that you can just pick up and play.
Of
And I went
course, yeah.
back to Pokemon White, um, Gen 5, I believe it is. And I'd forgotten how much grinding there is in those games.
hmm
Like, it is insane the amount of grinding there is in, like, just that early Pokemon games. Because I've played, Sun and Moon, I think it is. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
Pokemon Moon. I think that's the most recent one I've played, and it's not quite as grindy. So I'd totally forgotten about like how
Oh, I can't play Pokemon because of how grindy it is. I give up.
it. Oh no, I love it. Like Pokemon is genuinely like I think it's my favorite Nintendo
I think,
franchise.
and why I don't like Pokemon, and this is a very controversial statement, but grinding does not make a good game.
I think it's very of its genre. Like it's inducive to handheld in the sense that it's got that pick up and play mentality. Whereas like see if you do just want to
I
have 5 minutes just leveling up your Pokemon, you can do that. Or if you want to spend a couple hours and sit down and try to get to your next boss or your next gym even and beat it, then you can do that as well. Like I think
See, I think
it's inducive to it.
I agree to a point, but I think there comes a point when grinding becomes a really it. It's a way of being like, because it's the same. If you play any Final Fantasy game, any JRPG, they all do
Yeah.
it.
I was going to say like
Well, they'll
that's
say
where it's clear
we
was
need to
that
pad out
early
this
Final
game.
Fantasies.
How are we going to do it? I don't know. How about we make the level requirements for this bit just a little bit more? It becomes really inducive of lazy game making, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I always really loved the I don't know, I feel like because training your Pokemon is just something that's like it's the main part of the game. The grinding is the training.
Hmm.
So it does make sense and I do quite like it. I think it's part of the reason I think a lot of people grow that emotional attachment to their team
Hmm.
of six Pokemon, like that core team that they use a lot.
Hmm.
It's just because you remember catching that Pokemon, and it's like, when you catch a Pokemon, like it's a lower level than the others in
Hmm.
your team. So then you've got to train it until it's the same as the rest of your team, and then you remember like taking it to its first gym, and then in between those gyms, you had to make sure your whole team was stronger. So then you've got to build them all up.
Hmm.
I think it's just it's I don't know, it's just enjoyable. I think it makes you feel like you've actually worked on it, and as opposed to like if you change the idea of like Pokemon out for like a gun in Doom because you're playing Doom right now,
Hmm.
you don't feel an emotional attachment to a gun. You're like, oh, I remember when I
But
used it in that boss fight, but it's
here's
just that.
here's
It's just a gun.
here's something that'll beat you on this, right? See if I'm playing Doom, and there's a in hell, and there's a horde of bad guys, pinky
Hmm.
demons, imps, zombies, Kako demons, hell knights, and you kill them all. It feels fun. See if you have to
Yeah.
level all your Pokemon 5 levels to get to the next gym, and then do that. It doesn't feel fun. It feels like a
I don't
chore.
know. I quite enjoy it. If I'm honest, I quite enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do. Like it's
But then,
good.
so you
Like
enjoy just walking around in a circle, killing the
yeah,
same things over and over again. It's a chore.
yeah. I don't mind it. I genuinely, it's not something that bugs me. It's something that I've enjoyed. Like
Odd
I've been
human
enjoying
being.
lately.
Do you like
I
watching
think
paint
it's
dry? Because that's
sheer
quite
nostalgia.
repetitive as well.
I just think that it's. I don't know. It's probably just sheer nostalgia. When you're a kid, you've got a lot more patience with most things. Like when when you owned a bad game as a kid, you didn't realize it was a bad game. You know, you just played it
Hmm.
because it was the only thing there.
Yeah, but when you
And I think
grow
it's
up,
the
you
same.
realise they're bad.
Yeah, but I think with Pokemon, it's just there's always that sense of nostalgia, at least for me. So I'll always play them, and I'll always just enjoy it. It's something we're
Disappointing.
gonna have to agree to disagree on. So that's been what I've been playing. A bit of Pokemon. I'm going to start Final Fantasy 15 for the third time, so that's gonna be fun. And then I played a bit of Agents of Mayhem as well. So what about yourself? What have you been playing?
I've already told everyone what I play, Ryan.
Oh, a bit of Doom. Is that it? Just Doom?
Doom and Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh, yeah, totally forgot about that. Anyway, professionalism, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Um, do you want to move on to the pick of the week? And that's us wrapped up for week one of the XP cast.
Yeah. So basically, every week we're gonna basically put our pick of the week. It can be anything. It can be, I don't know, our favorite music we've been listening to, our favorite games we've been playing, favorite TV show, favorite film, just whatever. If we can pick it, we will pick it.
Yeah, it doesn't like it doesn't have to be anything specific. It could just be like, oh, I found this cool artist on Instagram. You
It
should go
could be your
check them
favorite
out.
packet of
Or
crisps you've had from the past week.
do you know, yeah, I think that's gonna be a very boring episode when we get down to it. Have you tried cheese and onion? It's really good.
I mean, yeah, but it's just an example of like,
Yeah, yeah, like literally anything.
right.
So do you want to go?
I'll easily start first. So, my family, I say my family, my sister recently paid for Disney Plus. That's gonna be my pick of the week.
Oh, Disney
If
Plus, just in
if
general, the whole
the whole
service.
the whole service in if you want me to be specific, I'm going to pick some odd films. I'll go the Mighty Ducks trilogy, Homeward Bound.
Oh, the whole trilogy.
Oh, apart from the third one, then. And we'll go Rogue One, because it's the only good new Star Wars film.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that
But
sounds fairly
relatively
solid.
cheap for what you get. You get all the Star Wars films, all the Marvel films, and that includes, I didn't know this, but includes the X-Men films. I didn't realize they were Disney now.
Oh yeah, isn't 20th Century Fox owned by Disney?
Are they?
I don't know.
Oh,
I really don't know.
I don't know. I reckon
What don't Disney own at this point? Let's face it.
all the Muppets films, you get all the National Geographic documentaries, but I highly recommend it, and it's relatively cheap for what you get.
I think I recently saw they're doing a thing where you can get it free for a certain period of time.
Possibly. My sister pre-ordered it, and you got it for like a year for £40.
That's not bad. That's really not bad.
£48, that's what it was.
Because I couldn't tell you how much Netflix costs, but it's definitely
£8
more than
a
that.
month.
Yeah, like I mean, it's still good for what you get,
Yeah,
but
for
like
what you get, it's decent.
Yeah. So anyway, I think I'll go with something visual as well. We haven't really been on brand for being a gaming channel. At least one of us should have picked before. Like I knew what you were gonna pick. So I think I'm gonna go with Hannibal. The the TV show. It's a wee bit older. It's not
Good TV show. Good TV show.
current. Have you seen it?
Yeah, that's the one with, is it Mads Mikkelsen as Hannibal Lecter?
Yes, Hannibal Lecter. Yeah.
I've watched the first season.
Well, that's the thing. I've just finished the first season.
That's
I
good.
finished it literally last night, and yeah, it's really good. One thing I would say against it is because it's meant to be set before Red Dragon or
Yeah.
I can't remember what the original
Manhunter.
film Manhunter. Yeah, it's like it's set before that story. You know that Hannibal Lecter's never gonna get caught. You know that like when you see him doing nefarious things behind the scenes, you've kind of like you've just like if you know the franchise, you know that like he's getting away with this.
Mm-hmm.
So like near the end of the season, as things are ramping up, it kind of got frustrating for me, like in a wee way, because I was just like, why don't you just catch him? And I'm like, oh wait, you can't. You're literally not allowed to, or it would break the fictional universe.
I mean, they could, but they would need to do some explaining.
Yeah, like the reason that Jack Crawford doesn't know who he is when they catch him.
Oh yeah.
The first time again, or they didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this cannibal's like, he's eating people. Oh, who could it be? We did catch that one guy who's back out, hanging about with the same type of people he used to eat. But I don't think it's going to be Dr. Lecter. He seems to have reformed and changed. Like, I don't know. Yeah, they'd have properly had to shoehorn that explanation in. But it's really good. It genuinely is. It's quite twisted. Like, you know how people were walking out during the Joker a couple of months ago?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, it's too twisted. I reckon, just from a visual standpoint anyway, yeah, like
I can
Hannibal
believe that,
takes
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like Hannibal,
Some of the things you see in
like,
Hannibal, yeah.
yeah, it's just, they've come up with really creative serial killers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there's like, I'm trying to think. I think I'll go with an early one because I don't want to ruin too much. But near the start, there's a guy who mounts girls on others and stuff, and like poses them, and that's quite like It's quite sort of grotesque and difficult to watch, but it's really cool. It's very cool, and it's more getting inside the mind of Hannibal Lecter.
Uh-huh.
Or with the other movies and stuff. So it's really cool. Like, I definitely recommend anyone who hasn't seen it go back and check it out. It's on Netflix. I think all three seasons are there, so you can go check them out there.
Yep.
Okay, is that us done this week? We've wrapped through all our bullet points, unless you want to add something,
Nah, I can
Jacques?
believe I smacked all our bullet points down.
Good, good. Well, I think the last thing to say then before we sign out is if you stay on the channel for around about 7 o'clock, we can try to hit ban on 7, but like I said, technical difficulties. Tomorrow, the live stream should happen. Who knows? It'll be the latest it should go live is about 10 past, quarter past 7. But I'm gonna kind of look into that today to
Keyword
see.
should.
Yeah, it could go extremely wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you. It could go very, very wrong. But we're gonna see how it goes. So that's gonna go live, and it'll go up on the Instagram, which again is just at the XP point. So I'm sure you'll be able to find that. No bother. I might go make a Twitter after this. Actually,
Ooh.
that, that would. You're actually you should make the Twitter because you're more of a Twitter guy than I am. You know what you're
You
doing
need
with
like a.
that.
I can. You've made a Twitter though for an entity.
I have.
I've never
I'll
done it
make it and
before.
then I'll give you the password and you can deal with Twitter and I'll deal with Insta.
Okay, that's fine.
Professionalism. We're discussing division of labor on air.
Don't say division of labour to me ever again.
Oh yes, you're
It's
a
a
social
sociological
sciences
concept and I
student.
don't like it.
Yeah. Anyway, as always, I've been Ryan,
I'm Jack.
and this has been the XP Cast. We'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye.